Yo, YouTube, what is up? It is your man, I Do It Barber here to talk to all of my beginner barbers out there, whether you're in barber college, whether you were thinking about going to barber college, whether you're getting started in your barber's journey, you're cutting in your mama's house, you're cutting in your kitchen, you got hair all over the kitchen sink, all over the kitchen counters. That's disgusting. Whether you're getting it in by any means necessary, this video is for you. Even if you're out of barber college and you still struggle to figure out what's the best clipper for me, what suits my needs, what's best for the way I like to cut, do not forget to get in on January's giveaway, which is a pair of Andis Masters. Well, not these. All you have to do is go watch my Shave Gel review video. I will leave a link to that video in the description below. If the video gets 100 likes, I will be giving away that pair of Andis Masters to the lucky winner. And if the video gets 200 likes by the end of January, I will be throwing in a bunch more extra barbering goodies. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. However, I'm only shipping these clippers within the US, so sorry for my international viewers out there. I apologize. I will try and work that out in a future giveaway. Let's talk about this here in this video. I'm here to break it down to you. I'm gonna give it to you raw and uncut. I'm gonna simplify this and make this very easy for you to choose the best clipper for you. We've all went through it, right? What clipper to choose? Should I go corded? Or should I go cordless? Maybe detachables? What trimmer should I buy? Let's take it back to the beginning. Whatever got you into barbering, whether it was that first haircut that you tried and you just messed up and then you were just OCD about trying to get that haircut right and it just sparked a passion that got you deep and heavy into barbering, whether it's just a passion for barbering, maybe you saw your barber growing up, cutting hair, you thought he was cool, maybe you thought it's cool to get all the money, you see your barber driving a fancy car, having a good lifestyle, whatever got you into barbering, just remember, we all have this problem when we're trying to figure out what clipper should we get in the beginning. Let's take it back to the beginning where it all started, you know, where we became ultra obsessive OCD with this thing and we became very passionate about barbering. Whether it's you saw your barber riding around in nice cars, whether you saw your barber with all the money flashy and stuff, whether you got attracted to barbering because of the lifestyle, the independent nature, you're self-employed, you come and go as you please. It's not really what it seems. But whatever the case may be, you might go online and look at various YouTube tutorials, various videos, you talk to different barbers, you get all these different opinions and you really just don't know what to do. In the end, you spend hours upon hours worth of research. You spend sometimes countless amounts of money on all these different clippers and trimmers. And you still are left with the one question: what clipper should I buy? Take it back to the very bare bones basic of this whole barbering game when you first got into barbering, right? Now, this goes out to the people that don't have unlimited resources to just go out and buy tons of clippers and just experiment on their own and not have to worry about any monetary issue. These goes out to the dudes that just grinding, struggling it out, just trying to make it work with what they can. And as I just said, it goes back down to doing what you can with what you have. A lot of barbers really forget that as far as what's the best clipper for you. Now, for me, the first clipper I bought, and I'm sure many of you guys have bought this same clipper, the cheap wall from Walmart, whether it was the color guard system or another with the chrome one with the back blacking, I can't remember, I don't even know the name of that clipper. Most of us have bought this clipper. In doing so, you got used to this clipper. Remember this, you made it do what it do with this clipper in the very beginning. You did your very best with this clipper in the beginning and you actually saw some progression using this clipper. Now let's graduate onto you upgrading your clippers. Whether you charge a little bit of money and you use that money to fund buying a new pair of clippers and you're like, oh, these are my hitters, these are gonna be my joints. You can apply the same rule to those clippers as you did the cheap wall Walmart clippers. You make it do what it do with those clippers. Now there's many different clippers. There's cordless, there's corded, there's detachables, there's adjustable. There's many different things to consider when buying a new clipper, whether it's weight, whether it's balance, whether it's ergonomics, brand, size, shape, what have you. There's so many different things that factor in the perfect clipper, but let's just all remember and let's take it back to the bare basics. If you're forced to only get a pair of Andis Masters, whether you're only forced to get a pair of Wall Seniors, whether you're forced to get a pair of Fast Feeds, if that is all you have to work with, that's what you have to work with and you can make those clippers work. Now, when it comes to trimmers, that's where I told the line. You actually have to be very careful because when it comes to trimmers, that's when it comes to finishing the haircut and finishing the total look of the haircut, because when you put that edge up on it, it makes the haircut pop. And if you don't have a good edge up, it's like, so I wouldn't recommend buying the cheap Walmart trimmers and making it do what it do. And that same philosophy can be applied to the adjustables, because when you think about clippers, that the cheap clippers, mind you, cheap clippers, Walmart does sell fast feeds, if you guys didn't know. But what I will say is this: when you're buying the cheap Walmart clippers, what you need to consider this when you're thinking about becoming a barber, a professional barber, and you're cutting 10 to 20 heads per day. What you need to remember is when you're buying cheap clippers, that's where the construction and durability comes in, because when you're dealing with professional clippers, they're built to last, they're built to cut multiple heads every day, day in, day out. You're not gonna get that out of a cheap Walmart clipper. The motor's gonna burn out on you. And I mean, let's be honest, even professional clippers, the motors can burn out in those, but you have much more durability and better performance, and it actually makes your job a lot easier. So if you're just forced to get one pair of professional adjustables, make it do what it do, if you know what I'm saying. Learn the ins and outs of those clippers. You may actually come to find that you like those clippers more than you thought. A lot of barbers buy different clippers, they try them a few times and then like, these are junk. But did they really give them a shot? Did they really give them a thorough run through and see if they were really perfect for them? Probably not. And now you go on to wasting a lot more money on other clippers. Now I use the cordless NVLIs, and a lot of barbers don't like them, but for me, I actually love those clippers. I can put out a very good fade with those clippers, no problem, and I have no problem using those clippers. A lot of people prefer the Magic Clips or the Babeless cordless clippers, or even the Wall Seniors that are out now. And for those beginner barbers out there that are bare bones on a budget, making it do what it do, you only need 2 clippers, a pair of adjustables and a pair of trimmers. And with these, it presents some challenges, because what's gonna happen is they're gonna get hot on you. If you're trying to cut 5, 6 heads in a row using just these, it's going to become a challenge. They're gonna get hot. You know, you're gonna get tired of putting these things in the freezer and the refrigerator, trying to cool them down. Cool care is not just gonna be enough. They're gonna get hot in your hand, especially if you're using some masters or some seniors, and you're gonna have to upgrade and get some more clippers. And this is where I recommend you use some detachable blade clippers. Now this is when you feel like you wanna splurge on yourself, you're feeling a little bit fancy, you wanna reward yourself after all that hard work and upgrade and get you a pair of detachable blade clippers, because these things generally cost more than a normal pair of adjustable clippers. And the extra kicker with that is you have to pay for an assortment of blades to complement your detachable blade clippers. It's not just you buying a pair of detachable blade clippers and you being good to go. You actually have to go out and buy all the blades, whether you want to get all the way from the outliner blade up to the 3 3/4 or higher, or you want to get just a triple out up until the 3 1/2. Whatever you want to do, that option can be very expensive. So think about that to all my beginner barbers out there. You can get very nice fades if you actually take the time to learn how to fade with the detachables. The detachables are made to be a workhorse. They're made to be very durable, strong, and cut day in and day out, cutting multiple heads throughout the day. That's what the detachables are made for, and I love the detachables for that. So if you have the money, I definitely recommend you getting a pair of detachable blade clippers. But if you can't do that, definitely get you a pair of adjustables and a nice set of trimmers, and you will be in there. And remember, if you do not want to splurge and get a pair of detachable blade clippers and go through the growing pains of actually learning how to fade with the detachables, I recommend you getting a second pair of adjustables and a second pair of trimmers. It will definitely help you in the long run, and you'll see as you progress through your barber career that it is very appropriate to have more than one pair of clippers on your station at the same time, because let's be honest, beginner barbers, and this is just some advice from me to you, you never know what could happen when you're in the barber shop, whether you're at home, whatever the case may be, especially at home, because you don't have a dedicated barber station. For the most part, most barbers, when you're cutting at home, you don't have a dedicated station. You got clippers just resting on the counter, and especially with the cord, anyone could walk by, step on the cord, boom, your clippers are gone. Especially if you have a pair of masters or seniors, you drop those things on the floor, they get unadjusted, whether you chip your blade or something crazy like that. If you don't have another pair of clippers on deck, then you're done. Then you gotta leave dude with half a haircut. Then he's pissed, right? So it is always good to have more than one pair of clippers on your station at the same time. I don't recommend you having a pair of fast feeds, a pair of masters, a pair of seniors, a pair of cordless adjustables, another pair of cordless. No, if you're gonna have one pair of masters, why not have two? If you're gonna have one pair of seniors, why not have two pair of seniors? If you're gonna have one pair of fast feet, why not have two? It only makes sense when you really think about it. And for those of you that know what I'm talking about, leave your story on why you should have two pair clippers at all times in the comments below. I'm curious to know your story on what happened to you. Also, leave your comment on the first pair of clippers that you have actually bought. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to browse and do not forget to subscribe. I'm gonna get it out of here. It's I Do a Barber signing out. I will holla.